Session of the Senate in the first regular session of the 17th Congress is hereby called to order. Senator Paolo Benigno Bam Aquino IV will lead us in prayer.
Magandang hapon po, Mr. President, honorable colleagues, good afternoon. Today, 44 years after then-President Marcos signed Proclamation 1081, we remember the thousands of martial law victims, the atrocities, and the institutionalized corruptions, and we pray for a peaceful, truthful, and just future for our beloved country. Let us therefore pray a prayer for peace adapted from the Hindu Upanishads by Satish Kumar. Lead me from death to life, from falsehood to truth. Lead me from despair to hope, from fear to trust. Lead me from hate to love, from war to peace. And let peace fill our heart, our world, and our universe. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you, Senator Aquino. Secretary, please call the roll.
The Honorable Senators Angara, Aquino, Binay, Cayetano, De Lima, Drilon, Ejercito, Escudero, Gatchalian, Gordon, Manasan, Ontiveros, Lacson, Ligarda, Pacquiao, Pangilinan, Po, Recto, Soto, Trillanes, Villanueva, Villar, Soveri, Senate President Pimentel.
With 17 senators present, the chair declares the presence of a quorum. Majority Leader.
Mr. President, I move that we dispense with the reading of the journal of the 23rd session, Tuesday, September 20, 2016, and consider the same as approved.
Is there any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Mr. President, we'd like to acknowledge some guests of the Senate this afternoon. We have the students from Columban College, Olongapo City, headed by Professor Sadera and Professor Asisio. Also guests of Senator Pangilinan, Principal Domingo Viñas from the Rizal Experimental Station and Pilot School of Cottage Industries. Also guests of Senator Legarda, Governor Cherry Umali of Nueva Ecija, and former Governor Oy Umali of Nueva Ecija. And the guest of Senator Manny Pacquiao, Mr. President, is the current IBF flyweight world champion, John Riel Casimero. We'd like to welcome them to the Senate, Mr. President.
Welcome to all of our guests. Welcome to the world champion. You want a break, Majority Leader?
Yes, Mr. President, we have a 1-minute suspension.
Session is suspended. Para picture kay Cham. Session is resumed.
Thank you, Mr. President. We'd also like to acknowledge the guests of Senator Pacquiao, Dr. Nino Decenerio, awarded as one of the Filipino heroes in the Gulf.
Welcome
With
to our
that,
guests.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that we proceed with the reference of business.
Is there any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Bills on first reading. 1151, an act to institute policies to eliminate smuggling of migrants, establishing the necessary institutional mechanisms for this purpose, providing penalties for its violations and for other purposes, by Senator Maria Lourdes Nancy Binay.
Referred to the Committees on Justice and Human Rights and Foreign Relations.
1152, an act further increasing the maternity leave benefits of women in private sector, amending for this purpose Republic Act number 8282 as amended, otherwise known as the Social Security Act of 1997, and for other purposes. Senator Maria Lourdes Nancy Binay.
To the Committees on Women, Children, Family Relations and Gender Equality and Government Corporations and Public Enterprises.
1153, an act providing maternity leave benefits to women in the government service and for other purposes. Senator Maria Lourdes Nancy Binay.
To the Committees on Women, Children, Family Relations and Gender Equality, Civil Service, Government Reorganization and Professional Regulation and Finance.
1154, an act establishing refuge and assistance to young pregnant women in every province and city of the Philippines, appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes. Senator Maria Lourdes Nancy Binay.
To the Committees on Women, Children, Family Relations and Gender Equality, Social Justice, Welfare and Rural Development and Finance.
1155, an act promulgating a national mental health policy towards the enhancement of integrated mental health services, the promotion and protection of persons utilizing mental health services, appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes. Senator Sani Angara.
To the Committees on Health and Demography and Finance.
1156, an act to enhance and sustain the universal health care by establishing a medical residency expansion training program, appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes. Senator Sani Angara.
To the Committees on Health and Demography and Finance.
1157, an act establishing a medical scholarship program to ensure the availability of doctors in every province nationwide. Senator Sani Angara.
To the Committees on Health and Demography, Education, Arts and Culture and Finance.
1158, an act strengthening the Philippine Comprehensive Policy on HIV and AIDS prevention, treatment, care, and support, repealing for the purpose Republic Act number 8504, otherwise known as the Philippine AIDS Prevention and Control Act of 1998, and appropriating funds therefore, by Senator Sani Angara.
To the Committees on Health and Demography, Education, Arts and Culture and Finance.
1159, an act making healthcare services accessible by mandating the Department of Health to provide at least one health worker or such other necessary health personnel in every barangay and for other purposes. Senator Maria Lourdes Nancy Binay.
To the Committees on Health and Demography, Local Government and Finance.
1160, an act requiring the registration of all users in the prepaid subscriber identity module cards. Senator Ligarda.
To the Committees on Public Services and Trade, Commerce and Entrepreneurship.
1161, an act prohibiting hazing and regulating other forms of initiation rights of fraternities, sororities, and other organizations, and providing penalties for violation thereof, repealing for the purpose Republic Act number 8049. Senator Ligarda.
To the Committees on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs and Justice and Human Rights.
1162, an act right-sizing the national government to improve public service delivery. Senator Ligarda.
To the Committees on Civil Service, Government Reorganization and Professional Regulation and Finance.
Resolutions. 154, a resolution commending and congratulating Eugene Tori and Janelle May Fraina for their accomplishment in the World Chess Olympiad. Senator Emmanuel Manny Pacquiao.
To the Committee on Rules.
155, resolution directing the proper Senate committee to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation on whether the Department of Social Welfare and Development should have the primary role in accrediting civil society organizations in general and performing and creative arts groups in particular, as well as the provisions, rules, and guidelines governing accreditation for purposes of determining which CSOs can be qualified to be recipients, beneficiaries, or implementing entities of government or public funds. Senator Grace Poe.
To the Committees on Social Justice, Welfare and Rural Development and Finance.
156, resolution urging the Senate Committees on Local Government and National Defense and Security to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation on the existing mechanisms and measures on the pre-positioning of necessary government equipment, personnel, and resources in areas nearest to the remotest local government units in the country, with the end goals of intensifying interlocal government coordination to create quick response teams to cater to nearby areas hit by calamities and to reinvigorate disaster preparedness in local government units. Senator Grace Poe.
To the Committees on Local Government and National Defense and Security.
157, resolution to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation on the need to oppose any move to lower the legislated minimum age of criminal responsibility of children and conflict with the law, and retain the existing MACR of 15 years of age as it is in consonance with the cognitive, psychosocial, and neurobiological development in children and with international legal instruments that bind the Philippines, by Senator Grace Poe.
To the Committees on Justice and Human Rights and Women, Children, Family Relations, and Gender Equality.
158, directing the appropriate Senate committee to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation on the foreign policy direction of the government with the end view of protecting our national interests, by Senator Paulo Benigno Bam Aquino IV.
To the Committee on Foreign Relations.
159, directing the National Commission for the Culture and the Arts and other relevant government agencies to ensure that the conservation and preservation of the antique rice terraces of the Iraynon Bukidnon as an important cultural heritage for the sake of the current and future generations, by Senator Ligarda.
To the Committees on Education, Arts and Culture, and Environment and Natural Resources.
160, congratulating and commending Janelle May Fraina for being granted the title of Chess Grandmaster after an outstanding performance in the 42nd World Chess Olympiad that was held on September 1 to 14, 2016 at Baku, Azerbaijan, by Senator Maria Lourdes Nancy S. Binay.
To the Committee on Rules.
PS Resolution number 161, congratulating and commending the Philippine athletes that completed in the 2016 Summer Paralympic Games that was held on September 7 to 8 in 2016 at Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, by Senator Nancy S. Binay.
To the Committee on Rules. Majority Leader.
Mr. President, I move to suspend the session for a few minutes, Mr. President, before we take up the resolution 105.
Is there an objection? Hearing none, session is suspended.
47162.
pala, dumating sila. Akala ko wala. Patapusin muna natin para hindi maingay.
Wala na, resolution lang dalawa. We're ready to resume, Mr. President.
Session is resumed.
With the permission of the body, I move to consider PS Resolution 105.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, PS Resolution 105 is in order.
Thank you, Mr. President. May we ask Secretary to read the title of the resolution without prejudice to inserting into the records the entire text of the measure.
Secretary, please do so.
Resolution congratulating, commending, and honoring the UPs for bringing glory and honor to the Philippines by becoming the world champions in the 2016 World Hip Hop Dance Championship.
Mr. President, I move that the principal author, Senator Grace Poe, be recognized to sponsor the measure, after which Senator Joel Villanueva and Senator Manny Pacquiao will likewise deliver their co-sponsorship speeches. Senator Grace Poe, Mr. President.
Senator Poe is recognized to sponsor the said resolution.
Magandang hapon po, Mr. President and dear colleagues. I rise today to sponsor Resolution number 105, congratulating and honoring the Filipino dance group UPeeps for winning the 2016 World Hip Hop Dance Championship in Las Vegas, Nevada. The World Hip Hop Dance Championship, for the information of our older colleagues here, is the most prestigious hip hop dance contest in the world. It is, Mr. President, the Olympics of hip hop. I'm sure Senator Recto still knows about this. You're not in the cutoff. Right? The UPeeps dance crew bested several dance groups in the Philippines before boasting dance groups from 47 countries all over the world. As a result of their hard work and talent, they bagged the gold medal in the Mega Crew division of the World Hip Hop Dance Championship. Mr. President, please allow me the honor of showing you the video of UPeeps' winning dance routine in Las Vegas. Mr. President, kung meron po tayong pinagmamalaking Pac-Man, hindi lamang sa Las Vegas, Nevada, kung hindi sa buong mundo, meron din po tayong UPIPs na nagtagumpay sa Las Vegas. At Mr. President, it is such a delight to be sponsoring something of this nature. First of all, it highlights the achievement of the youth. And second of all, of course, it's my alma mater also, the University of the Philippines. But more importantly, as we focus towards reforms in our country and fighting the battles against illegal drugs, I think it calls to mind also what we need to do, which is to empower the youth through education, through support in extracurricular activities. Mr. President, not just formal education counts, we need to be able to design after-school programs that will encourage the youth to harness their talents. To be able to come up with a routine that precise, you need discipline, you need camaraderie, you need a unified purpose of winning. And I think that this is truly commendable, and we can learn from this also, the Senate, to work as a body to achieve a purpose to succeed. I would like to take this opportunity to commend Mr. Chips Palma Beltran, the coach, choreographer, and prime mover behind UPIPS, and the 74 talented individuals who make up the UPIPS dance crew for your steadfast dedication and commitment to your craft. Please stand to be acknowledged. You all have brought honor to the country. Maraming salamat. The UPIPS should serve as an inspiration to the youth that skill and talent, if honed, could take you places. They have proved to us that despite the many challenges of our country, there are still some things worth cheering for. Filipinos are creative, are talented, are expressive. I think, Mr. President, that the programs we design for school should not forget the arts and culture. Mr. President, my dear colleagues, may I now ask you to join me in honoring these outstanding young Filipinos by voting for the approval of proposed Senate Resolution 105, entitled A Resolution Congratulating, Commending, and Honoring the Filipino Dance Group UPIPS for bringing glory and honor to the country by winning the 2016 World Hip Hop Dance Championship. No contribution to this country is too great or small for us to be able to rejoice together. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Poe.
Thank you. Mr. President, may we recognize Senator Joel Villanueva to co-sponsor the measure.
Senator Villanueva is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Majority Floor Leader. Mr. President, my dear colleagues, mga kababayan, magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Marami pong beses na napatunayan na ng kabataang Pilipino ang kanilang husay at talino sa iba't ibang larangan. Sports, panitikan, agham at teknolohiya, journalismo, teatro, politika, musika, sayaw at iba pa. Sa katunayan po, Mr. President, ang mga kabataan ang gumawa ng magagandang balitang narinig natin sa nakalipas na mga araw dahil sa mga gintong medalya na inuwi nila mula sa Olympics sa Rio, International Math Olympiad sa Hong Kong, at iba pa. Hence, it is my honor, Mr. President, to sponsor a resolution to recognize another group of young, talented, and world-class Pinoys who gave honor to the nation by showcasing their talents and putting the Philippines under the global spotlight through the performing arts. Mr. President, I am proud to present to this August Hall the members of the Philippine dance crew UPIPs who won the top prize in the 2016 annual World Hip Hop Dance Championship Mega Crew Division held in Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. Mr. President, hip-hop dance champions from 50 countries competed in Las Vegas, and this Filipino team captured the gold medal. Nakaka-proud po talaga dahil ang mga miyembro ng UPIPs ay mga scholar pa ng bayan mula sa College of Human Kinetics sa Universidad ng Pilipinas, Diliman. Malinaw po na ang kanilang husay at talino ay para sa bayan at ibinabalik sa ating bayan. Mr. President, kanina habang kinakausap po namin sila at nag-a-apply si Senator Dick Gordon na sumama sa kanilang grupo, lalo pong lumalim ang aking paniniwala na kung maniniwala ka sa inyong sarili at magsisikap ka ng husto, kaya mong manalo sa buhay. In closing, may I just stress, Mr. President, each one of you reminds us of our important role as lawmakers to craft laws that will nurture our young people's creative geniuses and equip them with the knowledge and skills they need to succeed. Samahan po natin sila, Mr. President, ang ating mga kabataan sa kanilang mga pangarap. Again, kudos, UPIPs, mabuhay ang kabataang Pilipino. Maraming salamat po and God bless us all.
Thank you, Senator Villanueva.
Thank you, Mr. President. If he promises not to move to replace a member of the committee, I would like to move to recognize Senator Manny Pacquiao, Mr. President.
What is the pleasure of Senator Pacquiao? A motion or interpellation or speech?
Motion, Mr. President.
Senator Pacquiao is recognized.
Mr. President, sa gitna ng mga pagsubok na kinakaharap ng ating mga Pilipino, patuloy na nagpapakitang gilas ang ating mga mahuhusay na kabataan upang bigyan karangalan ang ating bayan. Noong August 13 sa bayan ng Las Vegas, isang grupo ng kabataang Pinoy mula sa Universidad ng Pilipinas ang kuminang at ipinakita na naman sa buong mundo ang husay ng ating lahi. Lumaban ang grupong ito sa 2016 World Hip Hop Dancers kung saan inuwi nila ang gold medal. UPIP, saludo kami sa inyo. You are bearers of honor and excellence, a world-class performers. You are manifesting how it is to be the salt and light of this world. Your goal, which is to unite the world of hip-hop through dance, is a reminder for all of us that we can find reasons to unite. As solution providers, let us find all the creative reasons that will bind us together as one. Mr. President, buo ang tiwala ko sa kakayahan ng ating mga kabataan. Kakayahan na lumikha at umangat sa gitna ng mga pagsubok. Marapat lamang nabigyan natin sila ng parangal. With this, I support Senator Grace Poe and the rest of the senators in congratulating, commending, and honoring UPIPs for being the world champion. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Pacquiao.
Mr. President, I move that we make all the senators present as co-authors of the measure.
There is a motion to make all senators present co-authors of the said measure. Any objection? Senator Gordon?
Mr. President, just a little note. This great competitive team which won the World Championships will not be there without the efforts of a creative genius in terms of choreography. I am not making any amendment, but I would just like to have the Senate recognize that Filipino can be creative, not just physical, can perform because there's intellectual content in their performance. And I'd like to pay particular attention to the choreographic coach, if you will, Mr. Chips Beltran of the University of the Philippines. He's a graduate of psychology, and you can see psychology has worked here coming from the Filipino mind. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me restate the pending motion. The motion is to make all senators present as co-authors of the measure under consideration. Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
With the consent of the body, I move to adopt PS Resolution 105, taking into consideration PS Resolution 110 and Resolution 127, subject to style.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, PS Resolution 105 is hereby adopted, taking into consideration PS Resolution 110 and PS Resolution 127, subject to style.
Mr. President, I move to suspend the session so that we can have a picture taken, the Senate President.
Any objection? Hearing none, session is suspended. Ano mas maganda, sir? Doon na lang kami? Dito ba sila? Dito? Ito na yung sa'yo. So, school ito. School. Sa UP talaga.
School-based po, pero open organization siya.
Halika kayo, halika kayo. The younger ones.
Ang tagal naman itong mga to.
The youngers.
Si Senator Pacquiao sponsor, can you call him SP?
Manny, kasama. Win, halika. The younger ones. Halika. Kasi hindi na namin alam to sayaw na to eh.
Sama yung mga senador na kaya kong sumayaw.
Dalawa lang alam kong sayaw eh.
Ikaw lang ha.
Ano may cut-off mo, Grace? Kailan ang sabi mo? Cut-off? Anong age?
Ang cut-off ko?
Hindi, ito.
Actually, kasama ka naman dun talaga.
52, kasali naman.
Ang hindi kasama dun si Tito Frank.
Si Greg. Good job.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Proud of you guys.
It's the daughter of my classmate. How old are you?
Ganda mo.
11 years old. When did you start?
Nakasuit pa.
Order prostration yan eh. Cheerleader yun eh. Ready for the show, Mr. President?
Ready to resume, Mr. President.
Session is resumed.
Mr. President, with the consent of the Chamber, I move for the consideration of PS Resolution 139.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, PS Resolution 139 is in order.
May we ask Secretary to read the title of the measure without prejudice to inserting into the records the contents.
Resolution congratulating and commending Filipino boxer John Riel Casimero for successfully defending his IBF flyweight title with the 10th round technical knockout over British boxer Charlie Edwards at the O2 Arena in London, England.
Majority Leader.
Mr. President, I move that we recognize Senator Manny Pacquiao to sponsor the measure.
Senator Pacquiao is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I rise today to sponsor resolution number 147, commending and congratulating the newest Filipino World Boxing Champion. Mr. President, we rejoice in the victory of world-class Filipinos, a Filipino who give honor and pride to our country. Today, we commend and congratulate General Casimero for retaining International Boxing Federation flyweight title at O2 Arena, London, in England. He fought British boxers in a fight that continued until the 10th round. His exemplary performance is an inspiration to our athletes. Mr. President, marami tayong magagaling na mga boksingero. Naniniwala ako na sa ating tulong at suporta, mas marami pa tayong mga atleta na magbibigay ng karangalan sa ating bansa dahil sa ating suporta at tulong. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Pacquiao.
Mr. President, I move to adopt PS Resolution 139 and taking into consideration Senate Resolution 147 by Senator Pacquiao and Senate Resolution 162 by Senator Villanueva. Move to adopt subject to style, Mr. President, so that they can be consolidated.
Should we make all senators present also?
And yes, please, to make all senators present as co-authors.
Is there any objection to the motion? Hearing none, PS Resolution number 139 is adopted, taking subject to style, taking into consideration PS Resolution numbers 147 and 162, with all senators present as co-authors thereof.
Thank you. Mr. President, we'd like to acknowledge also the presence of Governor Mujib Hataman, the governor of the Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao, who has visited us. Also, we have the guests, the Duterte Youth, the ROTC Corps Commanders of the University of the Philippines, Diliman, Ateneo de Manila University, University of Santo Tomas, Adamson University, Arellano University, Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Technological University of the Philippines, Technological Institute of the Philippines, Metro Manila College, University of Makati, Pamantasang Lungsod ng Pasig, UP Los Baños, and UP Visayas.
What are they called, Majority Leader?
The Duterte Youth.
Oh. So welcome to our guests and welcome to the ARMM Governor.
Mr. President, may I manifest the Senate contingent for the Joint Congressional Power Commission Oversight Committee and the Biofuels Oversight Committee members. Let me start with the Joint Congressional Power Commission Oversight Committee members. Chairman Senator Gatchalian, members Senators Binay, Gordon, Angara, Legarda, Ejercito, and Recto for the minority, Mr. President.
The Senate panel to the Joint Congressional Power Commission Oversight Committee is hereby noted.
Thank you, Mr. President. For the Biofuels Oversight Committee, Senators Sherwin Gatchalian as chairman, and members Senators Binay, Gordon, Legarda, and Recto for the minority.
The Senate panel to the Biofuels Oversight Committee is hereby noted.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to adjourn the session until 3 o'clock in the afternoon of Monday, September 26, 2016.
Is there any objection? There being none, the session is adjourned until 3 o'clock in the afternoon of Monday, September 26, 2016. Meron. Hindi, gusto kasi meron. Oo, picture kami kasi meron.